Okay, everybody, Ray is joining us. He's a retired investor from Charleston, South Carolina, and he joined the Soberclear program about 4 months ago, and he's now kindly agreed to be interviewed for the channel. So, welcome, Ray. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, good man. It's 7:30 a.m., but looking forward to this.
Uh,
Awesome. So first question, Ray, is what was life like before you joined the Soberclear program?
well, life was fairly good. I had a good life, but my evenings and most of my weekends were spent drinking and wine and beer and occasional mixed drink. But I just liked my little. I would have my little home time at night. That after I saw everybody else or out socially having a drink, I would come home and open a bottle of wine and have my own little party with my television and computer, and I'd spend most of my evenings doing that. So it got to the point where I knew I shouldn't be doing it, but it took really having sleepless nights and a good bit of anxiety before I really wanted to do something about it, and realize that it was the alcohol doing it. And although I've never had any problem as far as driving under the influence or anything like that, no one ever suspected I did this, but it was just my own thing at night I'd do. So I just got tired of it and wanted to make a change.
Got it. Love it. So, how much were you drinking?
To be honest with you, it would probably be in the neighborhood of 6 to 8 beers in a night, or a bottle and a half, 2 bottles of wine a night. I wouldn't usually didn't mix the two, but one or the other. It was quite a bit, and that's not counting if I'd had a drink earlier in the day. But just when I got by myself with snacks, salty snacks, and chocolate and red wine, and it was quite a bit. Now I look back on it, but didn't seem that much at the time, because once I had one drink or two, who's counting after that? It was just I didn't feel bad about it, so it was quite a bit though.
Awesome, awesome. And so, what impact would you say the alcohol was having on your life? So, you appreciate it wasn't like you was drink driving or lost your job or anything like that.
No, I never really had a problem with that or anything that happened like that, but it did affect things. Did not knowing until I quit that there's evenings that you can do things, and there's a lot of things I was missing out on. I never missed any of my kids growing up or anything like that, because I was there for everything. So I can't say I missed that, but it did affect. I got grandkids now. Got 3 grandkids now, and it didn't know how much it affected it until you stop, and then all of a sudden you realize that all this extra time you have, the things you do, and it affected how I felt during the day. And I'm retired now, but I would find excuses not to take them to the playground because it was just too much trouble or didn't feel like going. And now that I've quit and doing a lot more exercising, I do a lot more with them, and it's just great. And so it did affect a good part of my life just by um, not wanting to do things in the time constraint of it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then, so before doing Soberclear, right, what kind of things were you trying to do to stop drinking in the past?
Oh gosh, I did everything to not drinking during the week, to not drinking at a certain time of day, to I've done the I said several little programs where you just abstain for a while and you cut back on and keep track of what you're drinking. I even thought I was really smart and tried just drinking uh, bourbon, thinking I didn't like it. Well, lo and behold, after a while, you started liking it. So that didn't work. So I've been not drinking for periods of up to 2 to 3 months before, probably 5 or 6 times over the last 25 to 30 years. But that's about what like I say, I just tried to just cut back, and once I have one drink, it's just, I mean, I just don't sit there and gulp them down, but I do have a sit here for an hour and a half, 2 hours in the evening, slowly sipping wine, and really that was my big reward for the day, and that was my entertainment.
So Ray, why did you decide to join Soberclear?
Well, I got disgusted one night, and I was on YouTube, and I saw your YouTube channel and looked at it and thought it was interesting. And I really kind of did it just out of curiosity. And but then a couple of things you'd said that kind of appealed as far as the just the way you think about it. And I'd always before tried to quit, thinking I'll quit for a while, and then when I get a handle on it, I can start back in the future drinking again under control. And that just, yeah, after watching your program, realizing that, you know, you made the claim that you won't want to drink, and that really intrigued me, because everyone else is talking about willpower or whatever, and this was it was almost a challenge to me that you made that comment, and I was going to not prove you wrong, but I was just kind of hoping it was right, and very pleasantly surprised it was right. So, but that's what got me looking into it.
So how has going through the Soberclear program been different to other times that you tried in the past?
Well, the first thing is that I really haven't wanted to drink. After I went through the first 4 modules, which I did in about 2 days, I just have, I guess one of the biggest obstacles I've had is breaking the news to my good buddies and to my family, the people that I drink with, that, you know, I thought this was gonna be a really bad thing to do. Have to tell them that, oh, I'm not drinking, and oh, he's on the wagon again, and give him a couple of weeks, he'll be off again type thing. But I really didn't have the desire. I look at it as, I don't want to say poison, but it's just like you want to drink motor oil. It just doesn't appeal to me anymore. And that's been a big surprise. And it's been really surprising how many of my friends have just dropped it really quickly. And now I'm known as a guy that doesn't drink. And that's been a nice surprise. But it has really, it's so different that I don't think about it. Well, I do think about it twice a day. I think about when I go to bed at night, how great I feel and how I'm sleepy naturally. And that's the first thought I have in the morning is, oh my gosh, what a good night's sleep I have, and how good I feel, and how I want to get up and go do things and energetic. And that's just that's the only time I think about it. But during the day, I mean, I have a family that has happy hour about every evening, and I participate with my glass of tea, and they're very good about it. And I have more fun now than I did when I was drinking. And it's just been so different because I don't count the days now. I don't know how long it's been. It doesn't matter. I just kind of feel like I'm a non-drinker, and it's not let me count the calendar. Okay, I've made it 6 months, and that means I'm okay. I'm in the clear. If I can stop 6 months, then it's okay to start drinking again, because I can stop when I want to. Never had that thought. It's just a new way of life now. And it's a good way of life. And I feel so good and I sleep so good. So that's what's the big difference for me.
Yeah, love it, Ray. Love it. So then how would you say that your life looks now? So, you know, your relationship, the productivity, the fitness.
Well, it's totally different than it was 5 or 6 months ago. I get up early. I go to the gym most mornings. I do take care of some grandkids during the day, so doing that. But I do things so differently now that I have time. I know that you know, after 7 o'clock at night, when you know, we start drinking at 5. After 7, I mean, I'm ready to go to bed. 7:30, 8:30. Now I do still kind of go to bed early, but it's because I want to. But I've gotten a lot of things done, and I'm actually planning my days out, which I never did before, and setting some goals. And it's just totally different. It's been a real life changer. And I guess I expected when I first started the program that it was going to be, stopping drinking was going to be great and it would be different. But this program is so much more than just the stop drinking part. It's the plans, the goals I make, and I just love the fact that I can get up in the morning and know what I'm going to do and have a good day. And then that evening I can sit back and look back at what I've done that day and check off some things and see what went right and what could I do better. And it's just been a big change in my life.
Killing it, man. Killing it. And do you want to share the story of because you had that period of when it was your birthday, and you remember last year? Do you want to share about that?
Yes. I had a birthday. Well, I had a birthday every year, but I had a birthday in January of 2020 before the pandemic hit. And my sons, they want to take me out to a very, very nice, expensive restaurant downtown Charleston. We had some really nice restaurants, and And part of the treat was they were going to treat me to a shot of very, very expensive whiskey, which we had, and we had great wine, and we had a great evening. And when I thought about making the commitment to Soberclear, I really want to stop, was the fact, what am I going to do in a situation like that when I go out to celebrate? What's it going to be like? I'll probably have a bad time. I'm going to be the fifth wheel. No one's going to want, here's a guy dragging down the party. And instead, I went out this year. Again, they took me out. And this time, didn't have any shots of the whiskey. And they ordered nice wines, and they were enjoying the wine. They actually brought champagne to the table when we first got there, and everybody had a glass of champagne. I raised my glass of champagne and politely put it down. And that was it. But the evening was even better. I mean, I remember every part of the evening, and the conversations were great. The food was even better without all the alcohol. And I remember what I had, can tell you what I had, and I couldn't tell you what I had the year before. But even getting in even driving, I was a designated driver. Instead of taking an Uber, I drove both ways. And I had some people that were feeling good under the influence of alcohol on the way home. And I had to kind of tell my daughter-in-law to kind of calm down a little bit. And she laughed, and we had a good time, but everybody thought I was, I just had just as much fun. And no, I had more fun. It was a great experience. And that's the way I feel now. Trips I've taken even lately with other people that drink quite a bit, it's no big deal. I realize that people aren't watching me, and they don't care if I drink or not. And if they want to drink, that's fine, and all's good. But I do have much better experiences and can remember them and cherish them. So it's a lot better without the drinking.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Awesome. I think that's just a great thing to touch on, because that was like you had a bit of apprehension there. You're like, well, what about this birthday? And then you ended up having a better time, which is really
Right.
cool. What would you say is one piece of advice that you'd give to somebody that's thinking about joining the Soberclear program?
I would tell them that if they really want to stop drinking, this is a way to do it. It's a way that I hesitate to use the word easy. The modules are easy to read and to get through and to do and complete. But I think if you don't really want to stop, it may not be the exact thing for you. But if you really want to stop and you really want to make a change, I think that you'd be crazy not to do it. I kind of consider it easy. I kind of look back on it now and think, I'm not proud of the fact that I suffered through 3-4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months before I got into it. It was from day one. It just kind of turned me around. After the second day it took me 2 days to do the 4 modules. After that, it just a big switch changed. And I just tell them to go for it. It works. It really does work. And I can tell you, and I was skeptical, and I was not out to disprove you, but when you said something about you will lose your desire, that's when I really kind of thought, that sounds too good to be true, but it's not. It really does work. And I thank you for that. It's a great program. It's just so different than any other program I've tried in the past.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray. And yeah, we can call the interview, we can stop there. But if anybody's got any comments that you want to leave to Ray, I'll send the video link to Ray after the publish it, so he'll be able to read your comments. So feel free to leave Ray a comment. And thanks, Ray.
Okay, you're welcome.